Welcome to another Becoming a Modern Man. We are playing the Hollow One deck, and we are running up against Jeskai control here. So this is our opening hand. It's a pretty great opening hand for this deck. We've got Flame Blade Adept to lead off with. We've got a couple of 1-mana discard spells, and then we've got Bloodghast and Hollow One as well as additional threats. So pretty tasty starter. You can lead off with a fetch. Get a Blood Crypt and play the Adept, as mentioned. Opponent plays an island into Serum Vision, so not entirely sure what he's playing at the moment. Could be Storm, could be various control builds. Difficult to say. Could even be a combo deck. So yeah, we are able to Faithless Looting there, and we discard Bloodghast and the Flame Blade Adept. Don't think we need the second one, as we've got a pretty great hand otherwise, but it draws us into a Faithless Looting, which is very good. So we could do that instead of the Inquiry, which allows us to keep hold of a few of our cards. And yeah, we get a fairly insane draw off that second Faithless Looting as well. A second Hollow One and an Angler. I'm going to pitch the Angler and the Inquiry here. I'm going to be able to play both of our Hollow Ones for 0. And then we're going to have Angler set up for next turn, which is pretty great. We're also going to be able to attack for 5, thanks to discarding 4 cards. So Adept is going to get in and hit our opponent for 15. And I believe our opponent actually concedes there. I guess just to hide information, I suppose. It wasn't very likely he was going to come back. He wasn't just dead. We were going to be able to attack for 11 next turn. Well, unless we got a discard card, I guess, or a land to cast Faithless Looting. But yeah, it would have been difficult for him to come back. So yeah, this is definitely the kind of thing we want to be doing with this deck. Obviously not going to get these kind of hands every turn, but yeah, a pretty insane turn 2. And this is sort of one of the better things you can be doing with the deck when it really comes together. So yeah, pretty great turn 2 and a very fast win for us. So let's go on to game 2. Our opener is a no lander, so that's no good for us. Gonna have to mulligan that. This isn't great. I mean, we don't know what our opponent's working with, so the removal spells could be good. / burn, and yeah, we've got a couple of discard spells, so we are able to do something. We see a Swamp on top off the mulligan, but definitely going to bottom that. Don't really need an additional land. Just lead off with a fetch. I don't use the Burning Inquiry. I suppose I probably should have done, because we might as well just get something going, because it's going to be slow going otherwise. Got you a Blood Crypt, find a Street Wraith on top, which we're just going to cycle, find you a fetch land. Thought about Cathartic Reunion, but it's pretty bad if that gets countered, so I decided not to go for that. Again, probably should have just gone with the Inquiry, I think, in hindsight, just to get something going and hopefully get something decent into the graveyard maybe. It's going to bolt the Engineer as opponent taps out. Oops, sorry, that all went rather fast. Okay, so yeah, we play a land, we fetch up. Now we're going to Cathartic Reunion. I was thinking about using this Fiery Temper, but then I thought maybe we're better off just trying to hit another 1-mana discard spell, and then we can cast this Hollow One. Well, actually, we could have cast the Hollow One for 1, actually. So I ended up going for the Burning Inquiry, and we ended up accidentally pitching our Hollow One. So yeah, we probably should just cast the Hollow One for 1 there, rather than trying to get it for free. So a little bit greedy there, and ended up paying the price. going to Burning Inquiry here. Hopefully we'll pitch this Bloodghast. Unfortunately we don't, but we do dig a little bit deeper. And we've got an Angler now that we can run out. But we're going to lead with the Faithless Looting and see if we can dig a little bit deeper. Find a second Bloodghast, so definitely going to pitch both of those. And then we're going to run out our land to bring those back. And given that our opponent didn't counter our Faithless Looting, I think it's possible the coast is clear for this Angler. We kind of need to win fairly speedily, ideally. Our opponent's going to have the long game down, most probably, so fortunately our opponent doesn't have a counter or anything for the Angler and lands. Less fortunately, our opponent has Lightning Bolt and Lightning Helix to our Dome end of turn. I thought that was me just dead, but as it turns out, our opponent doesn't actually have the follow-up damage, so it's kind of a bold move for him to just go for the Dome. Relic comes down, opponent cracks it just to draw the card, basically. Clears out our graveyard, but that doesn't do a whole lot at the moment. I suppose we probably have a Faithless Looting in there somewhere. Yeah, so I suppose we don't get to flashback Faithless Looting, but it doesn't damage as a whole deal. At least not until our opponent kills or deals with our creatures. And obviously he didn't get our Bloodghasts in that exchange either, so it kind of worked out fairly well for us. Just going to run out this fetch land in case our opponent kills off our Bloodghasts and we need to return them. Serum Visions into Clifftop Retreat from our opponent. We draw Flame Blade, which we really need to run out, so I'm going to keep it in case our opponent has like a Wrath or something. Then we can keep attacking. Opponent's down to 3. Snapcaster Mage, Serum Visions. It's obviously paying for his own relic there. Yeah, using the relic, he kind of punished himself there, and he ended up having to Snapcast the Serum Visions. And yeah, our opponent obviously doesn't find anything that's going to save him here. So we managed to wrap this one up. So yeah, went pretty well. Can't really complain. Very quick game 1, and in game 2 our opponent just I query his lines of play, but I'd say that he just didn't really find the answers, and we managed to put something together. I probably should have been more aggressive with my discard spells and maybe running the Burning Inquiry. I just don't like random discard, but I think it's something you have to get used to when you're playing this deck. And I probably should have been a bit more aggressive, but it worked out for us, and we managed to get something going in the end, and yeah, managed to pick up the win.